Well, hockey season is officially back. Opening night starts tonight, and your Minnesota Wild take the ice at XL Energy Center on Thursday to kick off the 24-25 season. We give our final season predictions, not just for the Wild, but for the league. Plus, Jakub Lauko joins us to tell us a little bit more about himself. As always, we're created by New Voice Studios, presented by SotaStick, brought to you by Talk North, Grain Belt, Royal Credit Union, Jim Beam, and Livea. This is Season 6, Episode 248.
At Jim Beam, they know the importance of tradition, like chanting, "Let's play hockey" prior to the start of each game, or playing the state of hockey anthem after a Wild win. This season, raise one to your fan family with a bourbon that invites us all to come as friends and leave as family. Jim Beam Bourbon Whiskey, the official bourbon whiskey partner of the Minnesota Wild and XL Energy Center. Drink smart. Jim Beam Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. 40% alcohol by volume. Copyright 2021. James B. Beam Distilling Company, Incorporated, Claremont, Kentucky.
Hello, everybody. What's up? We're back. Bardown Beauties, episode 248. I'm Jessi Pierce, writer for NHL.com. She's Kirsten Krull, our very own entertainment correspondent, as well as in-arena host for your Minnesota Wild. It is hockey week. There is an opener tonight. Thank you guys for all waiting on this episode drop today, Tuesday, the first official day of the 24-25 season. We had good reason, Kirsten. We have Jakub Lauko joining us in the second half. Super pumped to get to know him. Fun character guy. But all in all, hockey's back, baby. We've been saying it, I feel like, for a while, but it like truly, really is back.
Jakub Lauko also has great tattoos. Excited to learn more about those. Make sure you hammer him with questions about all of them. Yeah. Very intrigued. But yes, hockey is back. 2 days until the Wild season opener. Hockey officially kicks off tonight, the 2024-25 season. I'm very excited. My personality's back. We had talked about that. I have a reason to wake up in the morning again.
That's depressing.
It's so depressing.
So depressing. Par for the course. I'm getting sick right before the season's about to start, so that's good. I can very much pinpoint the exact case when the germs entered my body, and it was when Caden coughed in my face. Literally turned and went mop and coughed directly into every orifice that I have, which is now full of cold. So that's exciting for me.
Kids are gremlins, especially Caden. Especially Caden.
Like,
I love him.
Who keeps telling everybody he's a hockey player. And I'm like, fist bumping hockey players doesn't in turn make you a hockey player. Like we're going to take him out skating, I think, this week because he really wants to play, but I don't think he understands what it means to play hockey. He thinks I'm going to coach him, which is even more laughable than anything I've ever heard of. I could not do that. It also kills my husband just a little bit on the inside that they associate hockey with me when he actually played hockey.
That is so incredible. And you should be happy. You've been begging for a child to play hockey, and you have one who's seemingly taking a big interest.
I just don't think he understands that there's like movement to it and like skating and every little thing that goes. I don't understand why, but I do. I want to support. I want to encourage. We'll give it a go. I just think he's going to be shocked when he's like, oh, we have to keep going and like fall down and get up and fall down and get up, and eye-opening experience.
Just give him some like Skittles or something. Make him a little trail. Don't let him get off the ice.
That's exactly what we need to do. Because the season is kicking off on Thursday, no real surprises or changes heading in to the Minnesota Wild opening lineup, which has yet to be announced. However, the roster is set. You've got Liam Ogren, Jesper Wallstedt here to stay in St. Paul, at least for Thursday, probably Saturday before the Wild hit the road. Surprised, Kirsten, that Ogren and Wallstedt are there. They are, in fact, carrying 3 goalies, as I think I've said many, many times before. Yeah, I was right. I did it.
I had no idea you were right. I had no idea.
I was right.
I'll
make sure everybody knows that I was right, that I predicted in July that they'd be carrying 3 goaltenders, and here we are. Just saying.
I'm just letting that marinate for a minute. Are you pleased with yourself? Are you happy?
Obviously. This is for all the haters, right? This is for all the
all of the fake ones along the way, those who never believed. No, I'm not surprised. Honestly, Wallstedt, I think it was this. I was going to say no pun intended. Is it even a pun? It's just going to sound so bad. With Wallstedt, I forgot what I was even going to say. I literally was going to say something about like a wall, like Wallstedt, something about a wall.
I'm guessing we haven't had coffee yet this morning.
No, I've been chugging it. I think my
Oh,
problem is I've had way too much. And
that
it's
is a
it's
problem.
full disclosure, it's been a super stressful day. I have not been having a very good day. We're gonna get that on the open right now. My mind is functioning, but barely. I am all over the place. So I apologize to anyone listening. I was gonna make some sort of comment about Wallstedt and like hitting, not like hitting a wall or just like something with a wall. That was gonna be my original comment, and it was really bad. So scrap everything.
Moving on.
We're moving
Uh,
on. I'm not
I
surprised.
can't even salvage this.
You
I just
can't, and neither can I. I'm talking in circles now.
You are, but
And
that's
I'm
exciting.
so sorry.
It's all right.
And with Ogren, I'm not surprised he's still there. Absolutely not. And I'm very happy to see him where he's at. He deserves to make the team more so than other people.
Yeah, as John Hines had said on Monday post practice that, both of those guys have earned their position. And I think both those guys certainly came into camp saying, we want to take a spot. We want to earn a spot. Where they get put in and where they play, to be seen, TBD, as the kids like to say. Actually, I don't think any of the kids say TBD. I feel like that's a very old adult
I
thing
say
to say.
TBD.
Yeah. Well, you're getting old. That's what
How
happens.
dare you?
I know. Once in a while, I got to throw it back, zing it back. But this is a good segue into then our season predictions. I want to talk about predictions that are specific to the Minnesota Wild. And then I want to give some predictions specific to the league as a whole, which is in a great place right now. Did you watch the Amazon Prime Face Off yet?
I'm like about to start episode 4. So I'm not all the way done with it, but I have seen the first few episodes and I'm obsessed.
Is that the captains one? Episode 4 is the captains, I think, maybe with Truba and Quinn Hughes.
Yeah, I haven't gotten to that one yet.
Okay.
So that
yeah.
one I'm about to start.
I still have to get through, I think, 5 and 6, but so good. I mean, I knew I was going to like it because it's hockey, and I love sports documentaries, but well done. Just well
I
done.
didn't realize I would fall in love with William Nylander and David Pasternak the way that I did.
I knew I liked Willie. I was always a pretty big fan, and Pasta.
He was
could be a bit
completely
too much
off my
sometimes.
radar until that episode. Now I'm like, you just want to give him a hug. Like seems like the sweetest.
Yeah. All in all, I think they do a nice job. Obviously, know what the Kachuk brings, what Chucky brings. It's good. I haven't gotten to the tough Edmonton Oilers Game 7 scenario.
I can't
yet,
wait.
but...
I don't know what happened, but I feel something snapped in Connor McDavid recently. I think it was the Stanley Cup final last year, honestly. Like even the commercial that came out today from the NHL about like Gen Z, and like Connor McDavid in like a chef outfit the other day. There's just been so much I've seen from Connor McDavid in the past week as opposed to ever before. Maybe he had personality all along and we just didn't know.
I haven't seen any of these things that you were discussing, but
oh my
now I'm
gosh.
intrigued. No.
I'm sorry I'm chronically online. You need to
What is the
look this up.
Where are we finding this? Is this on
Online?
X? Is this
NHL,
okay.
NHL PR, like literally everywhere.
Wow. I gotta
There's
step my
so
game up.
much stuff.
I love that.
Also, I didn't realize how much exactly Matthew Tkachuk chews on his mouth guard and how it is out of his mouth way more than it is.
It does nothing that it's intended to do.
Absolutely not. I just didn't
doesn't.
realize the extent until I'm watching this footage back. Like he's just chewing on it the whole time. He's never wearing it. It's just chewing on it.
It's this thing. I think Brady does the same thing. There's a lot of guys that I think do that, and it's just become such a habit. And it is, I think that's always the funniest thing is like the habits that all these players form. Like even when they were following Jack Eichel and his girlfriend was like, I can't eat the same thing every day. I can't do this, but that's what Eichel needs to do. And he just, that's how he operates. And they're a little unhinged.
A little bit.
Speaking
even
of
Jack Eichel, I was surprised by that episode slightly by him. I don't know. I don't remember why exactly, but
yeah, no, good series. Recommend it. I thought it was pretty fun. Next year, if they want to ask us to be a part of the broadcasting people that analyze the players, I'd love to do that.
I will just give you all of my entertainment takes. I don't know if I'll be as insightful as Jackie Redmond, but God, I love her.
I know. Great fits. Like I steal my inspiration from her quite often.
Oh, I love Jackie Redmond. I could just, maybe that's what I'm going to fixate on this episode, just Jackie and how much she's amazing.
Yeah. I watched Mr. McMahon, which is about wrestling, right? And she does the wrestling stuff too, which I think has got to be pretty fun.
She does everything. She does it all.
We'll get her on. We'll get her.
We need to
chat with her. We should do that. Speaking of, we need to get to our season predictions before we get to the Minnesota Wild player joining us in just a little bit, Mr. Lauko. You want me to kick things off? I'm going to kick things off. I'm going to do it. I don't even know why I'm going to ask you. I'm just going to do it. Kirill Kaprizov will score 50 goals this year. That is my first Minnesota Wild season prediction. Kirill Kaprizov, 50 goals. He scored 46 last year. That's what he's going to do. It's probably going to be more than, might be more than 50, but he will be a member of the 50 goal club this season. I'm just feeling it. I'm willing it. If he does that, the Minnesota Wild are going to go far, but I don't think it's a big stretch. 46 last year, 50 this year. Giddy up.
I think that's a good one. I thought you were just going to continue rolling with your predictions.
You can go. I have to cough, and so I'm just waiting for you to.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so my Minnesota Wild prediction.
Oh, wait, should I go? Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to continue rolling with your predictions, and then you were going to come to me.
I could do that. Is that how we want to operate?
Sure.
Okay. I can do it that way. I was just, going to go back and forth, a little banter.
Well, I didn't know.
Jessi,
I didn't
Kirsten,
know.
Jessi,
I thought
Kirsten.
you were just going to roll with it.
We never have a plan. Every year, I think we're going to have a plan, and then every year we don't
never have a plan. And my boss was texting me too, so I was getting distracted. I'm not the best version of myself today, guys. I'm going to be honest.
No, I'm a little disappointed in it, but that's okay. We'll keep rolling on. I will keep rolling on with my Minnesota Wild predictions. My next one, Bill Guerin and the Minnesota Wild will acquire a new player by Thanksgiving. Now, this can come in a number of ways, whether it's a 1-for-1 trade, whether it's a pick trade, whether it's something, but there will be a new player in the Minnesota Wild locker room by Thanksgiving. And I'm not saying a recall from Iowa. I'm not saying anything like that. I just think that's kind of been his MO, is getting things shaken up, especially if things falter at the beginning. But by Thanksgiving, there should be a decision made on a number of players that have big question marks heading into the year. Those players being Philip Gustafsson, Marcus Johansson, Freddie Gaudreau. I think, you look and have enough to assess them by then to figure out, hey, we need one more piece to plug in here, or we're good to go. My sense is that Bill will lean toward finding a new piece. So by Thanksgiving, the Minnesota Wild will have a new player on their roster. That's what I think.
I would say, as history repeats itself, as we've seen probably the last 2 seasons, yes. Maybe, I don't think, last year's kind of a blur to me. I don't remember if it was by Thanksgiving was it Patty Maroon last season?
He was off season, but yes.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. He was like right prior. You're right. Maybe we didn't do it last year. I'm just always think of Ryan Reeves.
I always think of Ryan Reeves as well.
It was so like, oh, okay, we're doing this then. All right. Like, it was just very bizarre.
I think it was heartbreaking because, Tyson Jost was out. Ryan Reeves is in.
Sorry.
Then Patty Maroon was a fever dream last year because he's been with like 3 other teams since us.
He's with Chicago now.
I know.
Reminded of that preseason. Yeah, there he
is. We were at the preseason game when was it? Last Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah. And Chicago was there and somebody was like, there's Patty Maroon. And I was like, wait, what? Wasn't he with Boston? And then sure enough, there he was. I can't keep up with him. Big ol'
arc for Patty Maroon. My third Minnesota Wild prediction for the 24-25 season, Damon Hunt will get in 30 games with the Minnesota Wild this year. Now, I hesitate on saying this because I think in order for him to do so, that means a player is injured. And if he's going to get 30 games, that means a very significant injury to somebody back on the blue line. But Damon Hunt had a fantastic training camp this year. Even John Hines said he was a guy that they really wanted to keep, but it's a numbers game and they just had to send him back down. So he is, no question about it, the first recall on that list when they need another body up on the blue line. But for some reason, I'm feeling it might be Huntsy time. So again, unfortunately, in order for that to be achieved, that means an injury to somebody. I'm not going to go as far as to venture and guess that, but I think Damon Hunt will be a little bit more of a seasoned NHLer after this year.
I like the sounds of that.
Yeah. Thank you. Moving
You're
on.
welcome.
We'll just keep them trucking.
Yeah, you have one more, don't you?
No, I have 2 more.
Oh.
Yeah, 2.
5. I guess I can't count today.
I can't count. What would you say you're doing today? What are we bringing to the table today?
Not enough. Like literally, my mind is in 50 different places as we speak.
I'm just trying not to die this cold. As I don't know when I became such a wimp, but it's just like eating my chest alive.
You're doing great, sweetie.
Thank you. You too, sweetie.
Thank you.
I don't like that.
You don't like that.
The fourth Minnesota Wild prediction for the 24-25 season. This is a big one. It's a big one. It's a big one, but you guys are gonna like it. Brock Faber will be a finalist for the Norris Trophy, which is given to the best offensive defenseman in the National Hockey League. It might be a little soon for Fabes to get into that conversation. He's still a little young, but it's not insane. Again, if he improves upon last year, it's going to be tremendous. So I want to put that out there. Swish it around, if you will. Put it into fruition. I think eventually in his career, he will win the Norris. I don't have any
1000%.
question about that. But it still might be a little, but maybe he's a finalist this year. Maybe we're getting a little bit more eyes, a little bit more attention on Fabes.
Giving Roman Yossi, Cale Makar a run for their money.
Right, exactly. Yeah, see, when you start listing off all these other potentials, it's like, ooh, that's tall order. But I mean, he was up there in top defenseman last year, right?
He
He was
was.
top 5 as far as minutes go. And again, that's all going to change with Jared Spurgeon's return, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know. It'd be fun to see him at least kind of kick around in that vicinity because his play has been beyond worth that conversation at some point.
Absolutely.
In my final Minnesota Wild 24-25 season prediction, Marc-Andre Fleury will play a total of 20 or more pranks. He's going to play 20 or more pranks, including those will include league wide. So maybe it's not specific to just the Minnesota Wild. It might be to Sid Crosby over in Pittsburgh. It might be up in Montreal. He's going to do something. He's just going to have a good time because, again, carrying 3 goaltenders allows Marc-Andre Fleury maybe a little bit more free time than he's accustomed to. And he's going to need to do something because he's bored, as we saw during the preseason.
I was just
in
about
his
to say.
elaborate ruse of dressing up as a member of the ice crew. He was so disappointed that was discovered. Like, he literally he didn't tell any of his teammates. He didn't tell coaches. It was supposed to be just a stupid little thing he did for himself. And then he was like, yeah. And then somebody leaked the information and he was not happy about that. I was surprised. We knew immediately when we asked him after the game, like, hey, what was that about? I figured he would be like, oh, that wasn't me. That was Matt Boldy. That wasn't me. And whatever. He didn't quite say that, but yeah. So there'll be more Marc-Andre Fleury pranks. I anticipate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what the people want. He's just being a man of the people right here.
We love it. We love the content. The fact that he has, I would imagine, probably a very large chest full of costumes in his basement just makes me giddy. Like, that's incredible. Like, he has, that was his own mustache that he brought to the rink and his own wig that he brought to the rink. Like, these are the things that he has. Now, granted, sure, I have like a little bucket of stuff for Halloween, but I've got, the kids and stuff. Yeah, brilliant.
That just makes me respect him even more.
Committed to the bit.
Committed to the bit. We love that. I just imagine him with a big chest of random things.
Exactly, right? Like, there's like a bozo clown in there. There's shoes, there's swords, there's pirate anything you could imagine.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
Would you like to take a turn and make your Minnesota Wild season predictions?
Yeah, I have a few. My first one, and this one's a really hot take. But I just think this season there's a lot on the line, and by a lot on the line, I mean Kirill Kaprizov. And just even talking to some people around the rink, seeing old friends like just during the preseason, it feels from what I have heard that they know the stakes are a little bit higher, people around the organization. So that being said, the Wild will make the playoffs as a wild card team. They will get out of the first round. That is my first prediction. So I'm starting off really hot and heavy early on.
Just so much positivity, so much optimism.
I know, it's very different than what we're normally accustomed to.
And they're getting in as the last wild card, perhaps?
Maybe not last, but one of the wild cards, one of the two.
Okay. All right.
My next one, also a hot take, but I feel like no one's going to be surprised because I've been saying this. Marcus Johansson will have a bounce back year because it's a contract season.
Oh my Lord.
Might not be looking great right now, but hey.
In your opinion, what does a bounce back year look like for Marcus Johansson? How about that? Like, here, I think this is my latest concern is that Marcus Johansson has kind of been as advertised, right? Like, he's been it's a very hot and cold, up and down, hurt a lot. Like, I don't even know what a good season looks like for him anymore.
Marcus Johansson from 2 years ago.
Okay. Alongside Matt Boldy.
Yes, that is what I'm envisioning for him.
For the record, we'll go back to 2 years ago. With the Wild, he had 6 goals, 12 assists, and was +6 in 20 games played. Now, last year he had 19 points, or excuse me, 30 points with 11 goals, 19 assists, and 78 games played. So yeah, no, a dramatic uptick would be nice.
Not crazy, like nothing crazy, but it's only up from last season. So yes, he will have a stronger showing this year.
I like it.
My third one, Freddie Gaudreau will be traded. I don't know when. I don't know how. I don't know for who. It's going to happen this season.
Okay. Do you have any timeline? Should we keep an eye out? Are we looking? I mean, does this maybe work into my prediction of the Thanksgiving
it might
requirement, right?
But ma'am, I just said I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know for who, and you're asking me when.
I don't know. I just, just
Thanksgiving. I agree with you. I think there's going to be a big splash come Thanksgiving because, I mean, as the saying, or not even as the saying goes, but it is just a known thing, especially by like Christmas break, you kind of know where your team's sitting. So Thanksgiving, I feel they'll probably be feeling the pressure one way or the other. I agree with that. I think something's going to happen around that time. As we saw 2 years ago with Ryan Reeves, that acquisition. Last year's kind of a blur to me all around, so I don't fully remember much from last year, but
fair.
Yes. My fourth one, and this one's kind of a little bit more of a fun one. There will be at least one new Wild baby.
Well,
like I feel like a lot of the players were having babies last season. Like you talk about Ryan Hartman, Marcus Foligno, Jake Middleton. I think
Middleton's baby's not here yet.
Not yet. So that one doesn't count, but found out like, they're pregnant.
Like in a day or two.
Yes. But I think there will be another new Wild baby this season.
Okay.
So that one a little bit more fun.
Keep an eye out. I like that. Do you have another one?
Yes, Joel Eriksson will get bumped to top line center.
Fair. Top line center. All right. I like it.
You like? You do like? Cool.
Yeah.
I think my all around NHL ones are those are gonna ruffle some feathers.
Oh, I'm excited. Do you want to start us off then?
Kind of. I mean, none of them are really crazy, but like
I mean, you've already set off the crazy alarm when you put Detroit at number 1. So
okay, I'm sorry.
I'm
actually not sorry.
People don't forget. Follow it up with Detroit's going to win the Stanley Cup. Just kidding.
I didn't say that Detroit was going to win the Stanley Cup.
I know. Please.
First,
proceed.
The Buffalo Sabres will once again miss the playoffs. Poor Sabres. They're just stuck in a loop. This next one is quite possibly my very favorite.
Okay.
The Toronto Maple Leafs will make the playoffs and they will once again get bounced in the first round. The Toronto curse, final year with the core 4. Like it's not. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry, Leafs Nation. It's not gonna happen for you.
I was going to, and I changed it so I feel like I can say it. I was gonna say Toronto just misses the playoffs, just straight up. But it was like that was too unhinged and chaotic. It's not gonna happen.
They're just gonna get bounced in the first round again.
I like it.
This one, kind of a no-brainer. Macklin Celebrini's gonna win the Calder.
Really? It's shocking.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. I don't know. Crazy thoughts. That one was just kind of low-hanging fruit. I need to make sure I have a for sure win under my belt for something today.
Well, yeah, that's true. Okay. All right.
The Nashville Predators are going to make a run for the cup.
Okay.
And by that, I mean at least Western Conference final.
Make it to Western Conference final. I'm typing these if anybody's wondering. Yes, this is what I'm doing as well. All right. I like that.
And then my next one, I don't know how to really word it, but I think everyone should be on the lookout for Connor McDavid revenge tour. Like we saw how good he has been last season. I think this year we're just going to get a completely unhinged Connor McDavid, like personality wise off the ice. Like I had alluded to earlier, something in this man has snapped. He's going to show more personality than he's ever shown. His skills on the ice, he's going to have his best season yet.
Trending off of that, I'm going to say my first one, which is a selfish one, but because it has yet to be achieved in all my time covering in the National Hockey League, Connor McDavid will smile at me. He's never it's never been a mean look, but it's been just kind of a, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he'll just acknowledge me.
Maybe. It also freaks me out knowing that man's scared of ketchup.
What? Why do we know this? Who said this?
I think it was in the NHL face-off.
In the face-off, he's scared of ketchup?
He's scared of ketchup. Like, apparently his now wife, Lauren, has to ask their home chef or personal chef, whatever, to sneak her ketchup because he's scared of it.
Oh my God.
I'm telling you, so many things are coming out about Connor McDavid. He's shown way more than he ever has.
This man is no, what? What?
I said what I said. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Our little Con.
I have so many questions.
Same.
So many questions.
I have no answers.
No. Oh my goodness. All right. We're going to get to know Con even more this year is in addition to him smiling at me, I need to like have a conversation with this man one-on-one.
I need to shake his hand. I remember when I mean mugged him in press dining last season when he walked by. But like, I just want to shake his hand, let him know I respect his game.
Doesn't like ketchup. My kids eat ketchup with a spoon, which is gross in its own right. I used
that's
to
disgusting.
eat ketchup sandwiches. Like wow. All right. Mm-hmm. What about like those ketchup chips that are so famous in Canada?
Probably not. Yeah.
I can't move on.
You need to get online more. I send you everything I can.
You do send me all the stuff, all the things.
I do. I try to keep you in the loop.
LOL, and then just move on with my day.
And then I continue sending you things. I need you to pay more attention to me and my content than I'm providing.
I do appreciate all of that, all the efforts. To counter your Macklin Celebrini Calder winner, Lane Hudson is going to win the Calder. I love Lane Hudson's game. It is so good.
He's on his comeback tour for not winning the Hobie Baker.
Yeah, probably, right? I do wonder how he will do in Montreal, right? Like, I think they're kind of building something. Patrick Laine hurt to start the year isn't going to be great for them. But I love Lane Hudson's game. I really wanted to say Cutter Gauthier just because I love him, but I didn't. I said Lane. Did I pronounce Cutter's last name?
No, Gauthier.
Gauthier. I was close.
Yeah,
I was close.
Yeah,
I like Cutter's.
I think Cutter will be a finalist.
You think?
Okay, it's hard. I don't know. I was gonna say Will Smith too, but I don't see Macklin and Will both being a finalist. I think they'll be a top 10. I think because of Macklin, that will, and maybe I'm not going to say it right. It would hurt Will's chances more. I think Macklin will outshine him for sure.
Right. I mean, you look at, Brock Faber outshining Marco Rossi, despite Marco getting the numbers that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, and granted, those are different positions, so that's very different as well. But I would agree. Another player to watch as a rookie, and this will lead into my third NHL season prediction, would be Josh Doan of the Utah Hockey Club. I think Utah will now make the playoffs. I know that's rescinding. I will not rescind on my previous last year, but I think maybe they make the playoffs. They're going to surprise everybody. They're going to come in and say, we are the Utah Hockey Club with our associate captains, not our alternate captains. And we're going to make the playoffs.
All right.
Okay. Speaking of that, Boston Bruins will miss the playoffs. Mostly just because I would love to see Boston fans absolutely lose their freaking minds over that. So
I would too, but also like I'm totally on the side of Jeremy Swayman. Like I'm a new stan.
Yeah, me too. But now that drama's over, I'm just I've moved on.
Yeah, but man also still has a vendetta, I think.
Right. I'm just,
But I'm kind of sad that the drama's done. Like,
I'm
what
so sad the
drama
drama's
do we
done. It was
have
so much more
now?
fun.
What drama do
Nothing.
we have now?
Nothing.
Hold on. Igor Shesterkin, has he
Mm.
re-signed a contract? I saw something like this morning. He was offered 8.8.
An extension. It would have been
An extension, and it was
largest
declined.
contract. Yes, the largest contract I believe that the Rangers have ever submitted. Hold on, let's look this. I saw the same thing.
And bro literally was like, nah.
Record-setting contract offer rejected by Shesterkin. According to Kevin Weeks, Shesterkin rejected an 8-year, $88 million contract. That's 11 million AAV. It would have made him the highest paid goalie in NHL history. But he said no. And nothing more has been said about that. Pierre LeBrun did confirm it. I
thought you said LeBron, and I was like, LeBron James is Pierre LeBrun hockey insider now.
I mean, why not? I'm sure he'll try.
I hope he does.
I don't know.
I'm trying to find my next piece of drama. I need to find another little thing to really keep me sucked in.
I think Igor is seeking north of 12 mil per season. I know. And it has been said if the extension is not agreed upon by opening night, which is Wednesday for the Rangers, then Shesterkin will cut off negotiations at that time.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that changes things. If there's no Igor in New York, there's no Cup finalist team, I don't think. Like, they're my favorites, but yeah.
I have chills. I don't know why I have chills, but I do. Like the drama.
I love it. In my final NHL prediction, I want this to happen. I have always been team Ovi, right? When you had to decide between Sid and Ovi, I love Ovi's game. I love his personality, everything about him. I don't know if he can do it this year, but possibly. Ovechkin ties Gretzky in all-time goals. He needs 41 goals this season to reach 894 to tie Wayne Gretzky for all-time. Currently sits at 853. It was a tough year last year for him. The Caps, as we've talked about in our season predictions, not that great. But I mean, let the man live. Let him get 41. That's like how old he is, I think, at this point.
I think it'll happen next year.
I think next year is probably more logical. I think he won't stop until he gets there.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
But why not this year? Let's try for it this year. 41 goals, 41 Genos for Oves.
Respect. I like it.
Well, perfect. Well, that's going to do it for our first half of this week's episode. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Kirsten's going to bid us adieu. And me
take that as you will. Either you're welcome or I'm sorry. Probably it's a you're welcome.
So true. I mean, thank God me and the guest don't have to talk about Taylor Swift.
No, I need you to ask him.
It's probably
I feel like Kirsten can't be here, unfortunately, but she did give me this one thing to ask you. What are your thoughts on Taylor Swift?
We did the Taylor Swift episode with Linda.
Yes, I just need you to ask him this one question. Even if you ask him off the record and just tell me, I just need to know. It's for my research.
I can't wait to see the notebook that you've accumulated.
It's impressive.
It's impressive. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Jakub Lauko. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Jessi Pierce here for Livea Weight Control Centers. Fall is a great time of year, and Livea knows that there's no better time to reset and prioritize your health than the fall season. Embrace that season of change and jumpstart your weight loss journey with Livea's doctor-recommended and clinically proven program. Join Livea's nutrition plan today and get 8 weeks absolutely free. And make sure to visit Livea.com to get more information about their medical options so you can decide if it's right for you. For me, the medical option has worked wonders. It's accelerated my weight loss program, and paired with the nutrition program and the one-on-one support offered by my Woodbury clinic, I could not have lost and kept off the nearly 40 pounds that I've dropped since joining Livea. You could do it too. Fall into a healthier lifestyle and see the difference before the holiday season hits. Join Livea's nutrition plan today and get 8 weeks absolutely free. Plus, Livea Medical offers weight loss medications for accelerated results. Visit Livea.com, that's Livea.com, or call 855-GO-LIVEA. Livea was just voted Minnesota's best weight loss center for the 4th year in a row. Find out why. Let them know Jessi Pierce and the Bardown Beauties sent you. We're back. Kirsten is not, but taking her place, probably even better. Jakub Lauko, how are you, Jacob? How are things going today?
Hey, I'm feeling good today. Thank you. Thank you. How you doing?
Good. How are you liking Minnesota? Fall time is one of our best times. Are you digging the fall weather so far? It's unseasonably warm, but it could be worse.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm still trying to get as much as warm weather as I can. So I'm just getting ready for winter. So it's nice to for it to be warm now.
Winter means hockey season, which we here in the state of hockey absolutely love. What can you tell new Minnesota Wild fans about yourself as a hockey player and what you're going to be able to contribute and bring to the team? We've seen some really good things from the preseason thus far, but moving forward into the regular season, which starts Thursday, what impact are you hoping to make?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not sure if I can keep up with the scoring as I was scoring in the preseason, but yeah, it's been really unusual for me, but I mean, I'm playing fast, I'm playing hard, I'm responsible, and I'm just trying to be good on PK. Bring a lot of energy. Put a defenseman under pressure. Like just be a little agitating on the ice, and just like doing those simple things really well, and hopefully I will be able to contribute offensively more than I was last year.
I love it. If you're a superstitious person, which you're a hockey player, I'm sure you are. Everybody that has appeared on the Bardown Beauties podcast has gone on to score in their next game. So
Oh,
I'm just
nice,
letting you
nice,
know you have that going for yourself anyway.
perfect. Thank you.
Any familiarity with any of the guys? Obviously, you've gotten to know them now, integrated. I know, I imagine maybe Marcus Foligno. Were you familiar with him because you knew Uncle Nick, as I'd heard
Yeah.
him called? Tell us a little bit about the relationship with the elder Foligno and now Marcus.
Yeah, so no, I haven't been familiar with anyone, like I didn't know an single guy on the team, which was little, I don't know, I want to say I was worried about it, but when you come to a new place, new team, you kind of want to know someone, and I really didn't know anyone, so it was a little worrying, but no, it's been a month now, and it's been great. It's been great so far. I can't say a bad word about my time being here so far. But yeah, with Fliggy, with Uncle Nick, he took me kind of under his wing my first year when I was in Boston, and him and Thomas Nosek, we've been playing together on the fourth line, and it's been great, and I just he's kind of he Nick was he was always like talking, like trying to be helpful and supportive. Sometimes it was too much, even, but no, he was great, and I just like start calling him Uncle Nick, just because the stuff that like he's been very helpful, supportive. So I just start calling him Uncle Nick, and it just kind of stuck with it, and uh yeah, it's now with Marcus, it's fun, like the first Marcus texted me right after the trade, and it's like, hey, here's the cool Foligno, and uh, Nick's been texting me like that it's impossible what a loser Marcus is and stuff like that. So it's been fun, like that relationship between them, and I kind of got in the middle of it, so it's been fun.
I mean, Marcus certainly knows how to talk as well. Have you noticed that
Yeah.
similarity at
Yeah,
all
yeah, they're
yet?
both they're both big talkers. I like to they're talking a lot. You can hear them. You can hear them from far apart. So it's fun. It's fun.
I know that you have asserted yourself with a certain renounce in the locker room. The grape guy is something that you have taken. I can't let you move on and not ask about the grapes. Why does it have to be green grapes? First of all, have we ever dabbled in the other flavors of grapes? And how did that all begin?
I mean, like grapes. The green grapes are definitely the best taste. I like them the most. And I said it before. It's just something like I started doing, just eating fruit during the games, and uh grapes were the best option at the time. easiest, and I had a great game first time I bring grapes for the game, so I just stuck with it and just kept doing that. It just kind of like become like a not a superstition but like a tradition for every game. And uh yeah, it's been green grapes mostly. I tried red ones or blue ones sometimes, so but I know it always coming back to grape to green ones.
They're just classic. Have you tried the cotton candy grapes ever?
Yeah, I did, but like they're good, but it's too
Yeah,
sweet for me.
right? Like I'm the same. I'm more of a green grape girl myself. Have you tried the
Yeah,
other variation of grape I like? Frozen. Have you tried frozen green grapes?
yeah, frozen. Oh, it was okay. Not a
Yeah.
big fan, but it's been good.
The other thing that we have to ask you about Lord of the Rings. Now, you're going to be very disappointed. I caught you on What Chaos that you said you would easily swipe right on anybody that has never watched The
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings, which, hey, I get it. But if we could name one Lord of the Rings character as a hockey player, who would it be and why?
as a hockey player, like
Yeah.
you mean
Like,
like
would Frodo be a good hockey player?
oh, okay, am I like that?
Yeah.
Uh, okay. Hobbit's too small. Dwarf, strong, small though. Uh, elves, too light. Uh, I think like some like Uruguay, like that type of orcs, Uruguay. So I think they would make a great hockey players, tough hockey players.
Okay. And just the
Yeah,
physicality aspect of them is what's going to make
physicality,
it.
strength, be fast. They're following orders, so I mean, like they would be great. I think they would be great.
I love it. You got to give me the background. What got you into Lord of the Rings? Have you seen the movies and read the books, or one or the other?
Yeah, I was like when I was growing up, I had a group of friends at my place where the village where I grew up, and we like the movies, we like to play games, and uh, it was just something that like I could watch basically like every day and never get tired of it. So I just books movies are first, then some video games. Then I tried to read books, and I really got into it. I read like all the books from the Tolkien, from the writer. And it's like I think if you get into whole like lore and all the stories about what he wrote, like it's incredible. Like he basically like uh he imagined like four languages, like built a whole history for the world, like the gods, everything. It's crazy. Like just think about it, like the imagination he had. It's wild. It's wild. And yeah, I was just like I read all the books. I read some even in Czech, in English, so I had like
Wow.
both ways. So yeah, it's like something that I can always like return to and watch it or read it. So I love it, and I think it's gonna be like that for like the rest of my life.
Do you like all other kind of fantastical elements too? Like, are you into Game of Thrones and kind of that type of thing, or Harry Potter or anything like that? Or is it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
strictly Lord
So
of the
like you
Rings?
said, like I get Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
tattoos, I got Game of Thrones tattoos, and
Yeah.
I get Harry Potter tattoos. So I kind of like all the fantasy
I love it.
and all the sci-fi too. The only sci-fi that I really never really get into is Star Trek.
Okay.
I'm more of a Star Wars fan than Star Trek,
Yeah.
even though the last few years for Star Wars were rough.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucked, the last movies and series. Not gonna lie. And but like I have to say, even the same for Lord of the Rings, because that Rings of Power that the Amazon made, it's a complete mess, and I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
It's so bad. I mean, it's a good. I guess it's good for someone who never know anything about the Lord of the Rings. I think it's a nice entertainment,
Yeah.
but because like I would tell, like it's nice, it looks great, like for someone who doesn't know anything about it, I would say, oh, it's actually a good show. But for anyone who knows at least something about it, they're gonna say it's a complete shit show, which
It
is,
deviates too much, right?
yeah, it deviates too much. And like there are just some things that like they changed, like I think the Tolkien would like turn around in grave if he knew about it. But yeah, it's just the way how the time is right now. The all the surrounding, like, you know what I'm talking about, like all the things are getting kind of changed, like just because of some cultural stuff that's going on around. So it is what it is. Like I don't agree with it, but there's nothing I can do about it.
So
So
don't recommend. Do not watch the Amazon one. Go with the originals. The OG.
if you never heard about Lord of the Rings or before, like, I think you will like it. I
Yeah.
think you will like it because it looks great. But if you watched it, read it, don't even go near to it.
It's just
I'll
gonna
watch
piss you
it.
off.
I'll just watch it because like it's from Lord of the Rings, so I'll give it like a one watch. I watched season 1 once. I watched the second season now, but I'll never go back. Never back to it.
So you mentioned I can do Game of Thrones with you. We can go back and forth on Game of Thrones. Do we like Game of
Yeah.
Thrones? I saw you shot your shot with Emilia Clarke as
Yeah.
well after.
Didn't work. Didn't work, but there's always hope.
There's always hope. I love it. You have that big tattoo on your arm. How many tattoos total do you have?
Oh, it's hard because like I got a full sleeve, so it's hard to say like how many. So it's
Yeah.
a full sleeve. Then I get a couple on my legs, and I got a couple on my other arm. But I was about to do more this summer. But the last tattoo I got it's a Dobby tattoo from Harry Potter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I was about to do more, but that one hurt so bad that I was just like, I'm not gonna get another one this
Fair.
summer. It was straight up torture. It hurt real bad. Not
How
gonna
many
lie.
hours?
It was like 3 hours, and I was after 10 minutes I was ready to like be done. But I just went through it, and I told myself like, hey, like next summer is I'm gonna do something more. But this one was painful, like real painful.
And it's just right under your arm, then, right? Is that because that
Yeah,
skin's
it's
so
like
sensitive?
right about like closer to the elbow. So
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, it was really painful there. But
I've heard. Have you done the ribs? I've heard that's really
no,
painful too.
that's the thing. It's like I never had a problems with bones.
Yeah.
When I was having it on my arms, like every time when it went to the bone, it was kind of like just like itchy. But I have a problem with like a soft skin.
Yeah.
Like I have like people like sometimes have it opposite, but I have a problem with skin rather than bones. So
Interesting. Well, I mean, you're a tough guy. You've gotten into fights before. You're also a big.
yeah.
Now, I'm gonna have to specify. Are you MMA or UFC, or are you both? Kind of like which?
So
Because they're different, right?
UFC is just a promotion. MMA is the sport.
Okay.
The UFC is a promotion for MMA.
Okay. All right. See,
So
I'm
it's
learning
not,
new things.
yeah. So it's not like two different sports. Like the sport is MMA, but the
Yes.
UFC is a promotion. UFC is
All right.
promotion.
There
Yeah.
we go. So how did you get into that? And are you dabbling in that on the side as well a little bit? Is that
Yeah.
a
So
future career?
yeah. So I kind of like I always. So the thing is that my strength coach, since I was growing up, was a Greco-Roman wrestler.
Mhm.
Like very successful. He went to Olympics, medal from Olympics, medal from World Championship, European Championship. So he was our strength coach growing up. Then his other colleague, who was like another very great, like many European Championship, World Championship appearances. So they both were doing the strength coach for the team where I was playing since I was young, and I was doing like every summer workouts with them. So I was always like around the the combat sports.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I was doing it with them, and last few years I started doing like Muay Thai as well, just Thai box.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was kind of like mixing it. So I was like doing the boxing, the Thai boxing as well during the summer. And like a UFC is a mix of everything, and I just kind of like get into it, and I'm watching like every single fight card that I can, like like following a bunch of UFC fighters on social medias. And last year I had a chance to like train with with a few UFC fighters which that were based in Boston, and
Yeah.
I got to know them. So it was a really cool experience, and just be able to like see how they train, how good they are, and yeah. So it's been great, and like it's really like a passion for me, like a hobby to just like doing that. I have a boxing bag at home where I just go like at night, and like I give myself like 20-25 minutes where I like just go and boxing and boxing bag. So yeah, so it's something that just like I like to do.
Well, and you can use those elements a little bit in
Yeah,
hockey.
of
I know
course,
Ryan
of
Reeves had
course.
told us a couple years ago that that's how he has gotten into his fighting
Yeah,
belts, is he definitely utilizes that. So there you go.
yeah. I mean, like obviously, like it's hockey fights are like different different from anything else. Like
Hmm.
you're on the skates, which are quarter of inch big and slippery. You're holding each other. So there's no like combat sport which like kind of can do it the same. Maybe you can work on your like clinches, which is MMA or Thai box. They work in clinch, but it's just like way different, and but it definitely helps like if you know how to punch, or if you know like how
Yeah.
to hold someone or like clinch with someone, so it definitely helps.
There you go. Did you ever see Marcus Foligno's Superman punch that he threw?
Yeah,
A
yeah,
couple,
yeah.
just ridiculous.
I mean, he is a huge guy too, so I mean that helps, right? So
Yeah.
if you are 6'4", or how big is he, like I mean like that helps.
Who do you think you could take in a fight, Nick or Marcus?
Okay, depends on which fight. On the
Okay.
ice or on off the ice? On the off the ice, I'll take both. But
Love it.
on the ice, I mean, like I gotta say that Nick is low key hidden very very strong.
Okay.
He is super strong, but I still think just based on how big Marcus is, I would give myself a better chance against Nick than against Marcus, just based on size.
I think that's fair. I like that. I
Yeah,
like that you'll take both of them off the ice, though. That's
yeah, I would.
brilliant.
Yeah, I wouldn't be afraid to go off the ice with anyone because that's yeah.
If you weren't a professional hockey player, would that be something you would explore more than, or do you like keeping it as a hobby? Because sometimes it's nice to have your
Just
hobbies not be a job,
I
right?
yeah I don't that's the thing, like if I don't think I would like it as much as I like it now if it would be my actual job.
Yeah.
So I don't think I would like pursue that career like if I didn't play hockey, but definitely like even if I would be in different profession, I would probably try to like train sometimes, or like go in gym and do that stuff like in my free time. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. What else do you like to do in your free time? My co-host, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, is going to kill me if I don't ask you this because I have to ask every Wild player or every
Mhm.
NHL player I come across. Are you a Swiftie? Are you a Taylor Swift fan at all? That's okay. Me either. Me either.
No,
We
no,
have that in
I'm
common.
not. It was actually funny because last year, like we've been doing like a Super Bowl pool
Yeah.
at Boston, and we just got into random teams, and we did like a team draft,
Yeah.
and it was me, Linus Ulmark, and Brett Marchand who were in the same team, and we drafted Kansas, so we went all the way, and uh I got us before the Super Bowl. I got us like a Taylor Swift shirt, when he had like a Kansas City Chief on. So we were wearing that, but I'm not her fan. I mean like I I guess like she said she's successful. All the props to her, but I don't see it. That's the thing.
I'm kind of in the same boat. Like her music's okay. I enjoy it, right? But I can't
Yeah.
fully commit.
I don't really understand the hype around it
That's
behind
fair.
her. Yeah.
That's fair. Are you familiar with Linda Cohn from Sports Center?
Oh, Linda Con.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
Any
bad with names. I would need to.
You're fine.
See you.
She came on last week. We wanted to talk hockey, but instead
Yeah.
her and Kirsten talked Taylor Swift for like a half an hour. So that was
Oh, really?
great.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. But if it makes you feel any better, Marcus Foligno's not a Swiftie. Jonas Brodin, I hear, is a Swiftie.
Oh,
Brock
really?
Faber's not. Yeah, it's a pretty divided room
Yeah,
in
yeah.
that. I've had to make my
Yeah.
rounds.
I don't like. I have nothing against her. I just like
Yeah,
don't really get the hype back.
it's fine. I'm checking you off the list then. I have asked
Yeah.
it and we have found the answer. If I'm giving you the aux cord in the room, what music are we playing then?
Oh, okay. I'm big Linkin Park fan.
Ooh, okay.
Linkin Park is it's close to my heart. Because I grew up on it.
Yeah.
So Linkin Park would be definitely like the most played one. Then I really like Imagine Dragons.
Mm,
Lately I really like Post Malone.
yep.
Post Malone's great.
Do you love his new album? A little
Yeah,
country
I
mix?
like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I like it. I like it. I mean, like, I'm not really a country fan, but I think it's like I don't mind it. I don't
Yeah.
mind it. I like the one before the Austin. What was the
Mm,
name of it? Yeah, I
yep.
like that one a lot. Uh, I don't mind. I don't mind little like UK rap. So like Central C, Dave, Stormzy. I like to listen to those guys. So I
Okay.
think little UK rap would be there. And I'm an Ed Sheeran fan, so I think I would probably slip a couple Ed Sheeran fans, a couple Ed Sheeran songs in there too.
For some reason that fits, but maybe it's just because I'm remembering he made a cameo in Game of Thrones, and maybe it's because I'm thinking that
Yeah,
all of that
I
vibe goes,
no,
right?
I think the reason why I like him so much is when he made a theme song for the second Hobbit movie, the
Okay.
I See Fire.
Yeah.
So I think that was the moment when I become a big fan.
I love it. Have you ever seen Willow? Speaking of Hobbit movies, then have you seen
Oh,
Willow?
below, yeah, yeah. I gotta say that I haven't seen it in forever, but I remember seeing it when I was like really young. It's about
Yeah.
it like a little. He's like a little guy, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that I grew up on that movie, right? Like it
Oh,
was my
yeah.
absolute favorite.
That's what my mom said. It like I used to really like this movie when I was young, but I'll need to watch it again because I
Yeah.
haven't seen it in forever.
I know. Same. We'll do a refresher and then we'll catch up at like a morning skate and talk about it.
Yeah,
Just to recall if it was
yeah.
so great.
Just to see below. Yeah.
I remember Val Kilmer being hilarious in it at the time. So we got to see if that still holds.
Yeah.
Um, I have trivia. Just a couple quick trivia questions for you.
Okay.
You have been in Minnesota for how long now?
Month.
Okay. Do you how
It's
many lakes?
what? Okay, exactly 30 days. So,
Oh, wow. Well, then how many lakes do you think you could name in 30 seconds? I don't know if you know this, Minnesota landed 10,000 lakes. How many do you think you can name? And then we're gonna make you try because that's what's gonna be
okay,
fantastic.
so we went on a Minnetonka,
Okay.
and
Should we start the timer? I'm starting the timer and go. Okay.
I got two, so it doesn't matter. I know Minnetonka, and I don't know if it was today or yesterday. I was driving, and I saw on a navigation Anderson Lake. So
Okay.
those are two lakes that I can name. That I don't have anymore.
We'll get you out on more. Jake Middleton, we've asked this to for 3 years in a row, and he hasn't improved hardly at all, but it's a
Oh yeah,
little by little.
yeah.
The little hint, you can basically say any name, and there's usually something followed by a
Oh yeah, really
link with
nice,
it,
nice.
right? So there you go. Second trivia question. Do you think you could draw the logo, the Minnesota, like what when you look at the Minnesota Wild logo, what do you see?
Okay, so I know there's like a this so first like I always seen like when I was young I always seen just like a wild,
Yes.
just like nature.
Okay.
But like lately I know there's like some kind of like predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is I was looking that up and I think it's like non-disclosed. What kind of animal is it?
I always thought it was a bear, but that's the first
Yeah,
thing I saw. So it's been
yeah,
blowing
but
my
like
mind.
I think it's something like a panther or something, but it's really I look it up and it says like it's non-disclosed, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I just saw some like a wild predator.
Interesting. See, I always saw like the bear head first, and it
Yeah.
has come to light lately. People are like, "Oh, I never knew that." And I'm like, "What? What were we seeing then? Just
Yeah,
the trees?
yeah, it's like a shape of like hat of some predator, but I don't know. I don't know what kind of predator it's supposed to be.
I love it. So we kind of alluded to this, but final question. If you weren't a professional hockey player, what job would you be pursuing? What would you be doing with your life?
Yeah, so I think I would try to be like a cook.
Okay. So are we a good cook then? What are we mixing up in the kitchen?
Yeah, I mean, like I like to cook. Like I learn over the years because like I was mostly living like on my own. I didn't have like roommates when I was playing last my years in North America. So I was trying to cook as much as I can. Just like to take care of myself. So and I always liked it since I was young. So I think I would try to pursue like a career in like a cooking business. Yeah.
I like that. What's the go-to meal? Like, what are we exceptional at? Like, I am exceptional at making a grilled cheese sandwich, and that does
I'm
take
sure she's
some
savage.
serious. I can make it perfectly golden. I could make like 6 of them all at the same time, perfectly golden, perfectly melted. It's a skill, Jakub. It's a skill. But what would be your go-to meal that you're like, God, I'm so proud of that. That's damn good.
So I think I'm really good at Mexican meals. Like I can do really because I love Mexican cuisine, and I think I can do some really good like Mexican stuff. Like
Okay.
if I can say, you can do some tacos, burritos, enchiladas, stuff like that. So I'm really into Mexican.
There we go. Taco Tuesday tonight, right? Get the boys
Taco
over.
Tuesday, yeah, that's it. That's it. Tonight's actually Mexican. So it's a burrito. It's not taco, but it's a burrito Tuesday today for me.
There you go. I love it. And then final thing before we let you go, how do you think the Minnesota Wild are going to do this season? A lot of the same faces. You're one of the new boys, but Stanley Cup or bust, right, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I was just thinking about it today. I think the best case scenario would be final against Boston and beat them in finals. So
There you
that
go.
would be the best case scenario. But it's a long season. You never know what's gonna happen. But I think we need to set our one step at a time, and start strong, be consistent throughout the season, picking up points, picking up wins, go on win streaks, as as least amount of like losing streaks, whatever. Like just because the loss is gonna happen, right? So as many as losing streaks, and as least as possible losing streaks. You know,
We'll
language
get
is not
there. Yeah.
English is
Don't
not my
lose.
first language.
Basically, just
Yeah.
win only, don't lose.
Yeah, basically. And make a playoffs, and just anything can happen in playoffs, but uh the best case scenario would be finals against Boston and smoke them in finals.
I love that. I love me some Charlie Coyle, but I would have no qualms in embarrassing him in the finals like that. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, I love them
110%.
too, but I wouldn't mind it as well.
Well, Jacob, again, thank you so much for joining us. You're the best. We look forward to watching you out on the ice with the Minnesota Wild as you guys debut on Thursday. We'll be looking for your goal because, as I mentioned, this seems to be a good luck charm. We're going to
I'll do
hold
my,
you
I'll
true
do
to
I'll
that.
do my best. I'll do my best.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
We're going to take
Okay.
another. Yeah, we'll take another
Yeah.
break. We'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, have a good one.